Hi guys, it's Sally from Strength Ambassadors here, and today I want to tell you a little story. Now, those of you who don't know me that well might not know this, but my favourite hobby, my favourite way of training is Olympic weightlifting, so the snatch and the clean and jerk. That's what I spend most of my time doing, and I like to compete in it as well, and my ambition is to try and be as successful as I can and try and get to as high a level as I can, but obviously training as an amateur part-time. Last summer I had my best ever result. I got a bronze medal in the British Championships. It was rather unexpected, but one of the reasons that I won it was that I kept my head whilst others around me were losing theirs. So it was a great success and I was really happy. However, 6 months beforehand, so at the beginning of 2013, I was in a very dark place with my lifting. The situation could not have been more different. I had just bombed at the English Championships, which means that you don't even get on the scoreboard. My training in the wake of that had not gone well, and I was feeling very angry. I would get upset easily. I would get very frustrated in training sessions. I was often tearful. I had a very negative mindset about my lifting. And as time went on, I started to get more worried because I knew the British Championships were coming up that summer, the biggest event in my weightlifting calendar. I was very concerned and very worried that I just would not be able to perform. So I had to do something. And I contacted a sports psychologist, Katie, and the very first thing that she told me to do was one of the most effective things that I learned from her. It's something that I've carried on doing myself. It's something that I've recommended to other people, and it's really, really powerful. So I'm going to tell you about it. Katie asked me to keep a training journal. Now, I've kept a training journal for the last decade. I have my current training journal here, and that's where I record, my sets and my reps and weights and all the rest of it. But Katie wanted me to do something different. She wanted me to ask myself 3 questions at the end of every training session. Question 1, what did I do well? Question 2, what would I do differently? And question 3, what gave me confidence? So I was to answer those questions in a notebook at the end of every training session. And then there's a bonus question at the end of the week. So at the end of every training week, I was to ask myself, why am I better this week than last week? I got myself this very simple, very cheap notebook, and I started to do this process. And I can see, as I look through this, I did it for a month in the run up to the British Championships, and I can see just how positive and exciting it all sounds. I mean, I'm seeing things like my visualization is working well, I can stay calm while working on technique, I feel strong, I've been telling everyone I'm strong, feel strong, feel ready. It's just really positive. And if you were to read through this this period in my diary, you would think, wow, she just had an amazing training period. Now, the reality is that the actual sessions were probably still, difficult and frustrating, and I'm sure there were times when I kicked the wall, but what remains from them, what I wrote down and what I thought about, was very positive and always looking forward and always looking to improve. And I think that's why it was so powerful. So I had great success with this technique. I subsequently recommended it to other people. I want to read something from one of my clients who took this on, and almost immediately, like within days, she sent me this email saying, "Thanks for the amazing advice, really given me a focus. I'm doing way better at my training than I'd ever have given myself credit for. Who'd have thought a little A6 notebook could be so powerful?" One of the reasons I love that feedback is that line about doing better than she was giving herself credit for, because I think that's really, really common. It's something that I've suffered from a lot. And actually, when you start to think in terms of how did I do well, what were my successes, you realise that your training's going a hell of a lot better than you think it is, because you've just dwelt on, you know, maybe the one miss or the one thing that you were unhappy about. So it's a very powerful technique. It will help you to focus on success and progress, and that in turn gives you the belief that you can be successful and you can make progress because you've got the evidence in front of you. So it's very powerful, very easy to do. You don't need to spend loads on a notebook. I think this probably cost £2 from Ryman. Go out, get yourself a notebook, start answering those questions in your training journal, and just watch. Within weeks, within days even, your whole attitude towards training will change and you'll be able to get success as a lifter. So give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Bye for now. Hey folks, if you want to receive videos like this in your inbox every single week, then sign up to my newsletter at strengthambassadors.com. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. It's Strength Ambassadors on Facebook. Bye!